Alright, I think we are live, everybody. Welcome back to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And today we're not doing Terra Raids for the first time in a while. We are back with if you beat me in a battle, you get my Pokemon. Let me go over these guys. Where is not a Pokemon? There we go. We still have most of the Rain team. We're missing 3 of the Sun team Mons, and we still have most of, well, actually, we have the same between the Sun team and the Sand team missing, because Armouge and, what's-his-face, Lugia are still here. Actually, I don't need this Armouge anymore, since they're about to have an Armouge event. Is this Armouge even that useful? Not really. It is timid, though. How much room do I have in fire types? I already have a fairy one. Wait, can I replace this fairy one with my other fairy one? Yeah, let's just do that. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Wait, is this one? I don't remember why I have this Armouge. This might be my first one. Gonna get rid of it. I'm not gonna overthink it. I move over here to the stadium, so I won't be getting bothered by Pokemon. And we'll have the floor open in a little bit, just so I can double check everything. The IO looks fine. Okie dokie. Oh wait, I gotta be online too. Let's use link code 553364777. Nobody's here right now, so I'm gonna do other things on the side. Just leave it searching, but I've looked into the Pokemon leak a little bit more since we last live streamed. Unfortunately. I have seen like most of the, I think all of the beta designs actually. And I got some pretty neat stuff in there. It wasn't like a beta Trubbish though, which is what I was really hoping to see. There's some pretty good beta sprites in that leak. The unfortunate thing is, there's been some, I don't want to call it dirt, but there's been some troubling news about Typhlosion that is not in any way canon by any means, but... Oh, what is the point of it starting me? My Zenless Zone 0 crashed whenever I was on the second node, and it put me back at the start of the first node. If you haven't seen the Typhlosion stuff, I would not recommend going and looking at it. Just know that there were some questionable decisions made. I think it's the fact that they decided to keep the Typhlosion stuff. It's just a little bit weird. Also, apparently the entire story of Legends ZA has been leaked at this point, and like the entire game has pretty much been given up. And I am heckin' curious to see what regionals there are and what the story is, if it is at all good. Apparently it's good, it's just laggy, which means that they're gonna have time to polish it. But it might have their progress might be a little stopped by the Pokemon leak, because now they have to worry about their employees' information being doxed and stuff. Which just really stinks. Right now I'm trying to clear node 5 on Shiyu defense for ZZZ. It is heckin' difficult, because all these enemies just hit you while you're off screen. And their dodge timers are so short. It feels like chain attacks do basically no damage. Okay. I just dodged an attack and it did all my health. Ooh, I just had a really good start. Eliminated like 3 of the guards and 1 chain attack there. Alright, and the monster immediately... Robot monster just immediately ignored my dodge. Let's try it again. Oh, whoops. Oh, I need to pause. Alright, avoided my dodge a second time. Cool. Not like I needed that health, even though it does a fourth of my health per hit. What was the other thing with the Pokemon data leak? Oh, right, Gen 10. And also the Switch code name was leaked. It's called the Nintendo Ounce. Which I really hope it's not a lighter Switch. Because I think that would be the really wrong direction to go for them. Is making a Switch that's like the same weight, or same processing speed, but lighter weight. Really hope Nintendo doesn't go that way. Alright, that one hit did half of Abby's health, so I'm gonna put that away now. It's gonna be slow until we get somebody and then we can start doing battles, but it's usually not this slow at this point. Today's also the last day that Note 5 is, or at least that this wave is alive for. Has it been 13 minutes already? That's kind of crazy. I mean, I guess I could go over the rules. It's been a while since we've done that. They're all in the description. I'm just checking personal stuff first. Alright, let's just talk about rules. It's because I'm heckin' bored, but there's nobody here. This stream will be battles against viewers. If a viewer manages to beat me, they get the ability to take one of the Pokemon I used in the battles. The rules are as follows. All battles will be done using the VGC Reg F format. Double battles with no restricted legendaries or mythicals, which in-game is official format 1. An attempt will consist of 3 battles back-to-back unless the viewer chooses to forfeit. On the first attempt, a viewer must beat all 3 teams to get a Pokemon. For every attempt afterwards, a viewer must beat 2 of the 3 teams. Let me refresh that there. After winning, the viewers reset to their first attempt. I will make an exception, where if a viewer has shown enough growth in their VGC battling and has won 1 battle in an attempt very skillfully, that the viewer may take a Pokemon. Once a viewer has won 2 Pokemon, they are now locked out of using 1 Pokemon that I designed in order to make the battles more difficult. Once a viewer has won 4 Pokemon, they are now locked out of using all static encounter Pokemon. Pokemon that can only be obtained 1 of, Raging Bull Ursaluna, Blood Moon Ursaluna, blah 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 blah. After winning 6 Pokemon, the trainer is locked out of using a Pokemon every time they have a winning attempt. Oh, hello, Zach C. How you doing? If you want to challenge, I'll keep refreshing the double battle link here. The viewer's allowed to change anything about their team in between battles, even changing the teams for an entirely new one. And the team I use will be random and hidden from the viewers until the battle begins. And if I feel like I'm being stream sniped, or the opponent waits to see what my move is, or makes ridiculous plays that hard counter mine, I will not award the player a Pokemon, and the teams that I'm using are on the PokePaste. Hi GG Plays, how you doing? Hello, Wild Mewtwo? Where you got a Wild Mewtwo at? Can't be in this game. Only get Mewtwo from Terra Raids in this game. I made changes, well, I'm excited to hear it. Excited to see what gets brought. We have had quite a few different team compositions on the 128 teams challenge. Alright, we've got somebody on the line, and it's GG Plays. Now, this is not GG Plays' first attempt, so they only have to win 2 out of the next 3 battles, or show enough skill and progression. I said official rules 1, right? I'm pretty sure it's official rules 1. To get a Pokemon. So let's see. I'm not gonna bother hiding the screen for this one. Let's just do this team. Okay, we've got Suigui, we have Delphox, who's picked up quite a bit of popularity in Regulation H as an expanding force mon, but there's nothing here that sets up the expanding force terrain, or psychic terrain. Houndstone might also be a little tricky in the end game with last respects. So what do I think I want to do here? I think I lead Grimmsnarl and Pelipper, and then let's do Archaludon, and I think Blastoise in the back gives me a lot of options. Don't know the Urshifu form, that's a big thing. Maybe Raichu in the back helps me out more. Again, not so sure. I think we're gonna go Blastoise in the back. Goodra is good. I do like Goodra a lot. I think it's a very bulky Pokemon. And has a very strong endgame to it. We'll have to see how it gets played. Alright, we got Ogerpon, Hisuigui lead. Also been a while since I've played one of these teams. So, I'm a bit off my rocker in that sense. What do we want to do to start here? feel like a light screen into a hurricane is a good idea here. Let's do that. Alright, Ogerpon starts with Spiky Shield. Oliver goes for the Hurricane, but gets protected. Grimmsnarl will set up our light screen. And what is Hisuigui gonna do? Hisuigui's gonna Muddy Water, okay. And it does accuracy drop Pelipper, which is a tad bit annoying. Now we can Thunder Wave and Hurricane Ogerpon. I think is a good play here. As long as we don't miss the Thunder Wave, because Pelipper could get absolutely clapped here. We land the Thunder Wave, so now we've decreased the Ogerpon's speed. Question is, does it get KO'd by the Hurricane? Ogerpon does not catch the Hurricane. Guja goes for Iron Head into Grimmsnarl, doing quite a bit of damage into it. And now we've got Urshifu on the field. And it is Water Urshifu, okay. I think I'm fine with Thunder Waving and Hurricaning this thing. Because it'll open up our Caldon in the back. Urshifu just clicked Focus Punch. That's a curious move. We get the Para on Urshifu, but it was going to move at the end of the turn anyways. We get the Hurricane. Hurricane manages to one-tap Urshifu. Gudra goes for the Body Slam. Not stab, not super effective. Does get the Para though. Last but not least is Houndstone, who very much has the ability to just sweep through us. I think I'm going to Thunder Wave it, and then just click Hurricane into it, because I don't really need Pelipper anymore, I don't think. I only use this Pokemon in Showdown, but Hisuian Quillfish is surprisingly good. I like Hisuian Quillfish. We used it on the Corviknight team. Because it's a good acupressure mon, but it also gets the Eviolite. Opponent is going with Terra Ghost on their Houndstone. Makes perfect sense to me. Gudra decides to protect this turn. Not only to take any damage. Get the Thunder Wave off with Grimmsnarl. Now who is faster? Paralyzed Pelipper or Paralyzed Houndstone? If I had to guess, it's probably Paralyzed Houndstone is faster. And Pelipper can't move because it's paralyzed, so it is faster, but Last Respects is going to come out from Houndstone, and it is going to target down the Pelipper slot and pick up a KO. Okay, so we have some options right now. We saw Paralyzed Pelipper was faster. I wish I knew Pelipper's speed off the top of my head. I think Blastoise should be faster, though. I'm more okay with Blastoise being on the field during rain. I think we Reflect, and then we Iron Defense? I heard about how much damage Houndstone does. Yeah, Houndstone, Last Respects is a very, very strong move. Because right now it's 150 base power since you've lost 2 Pokemon. So hopefully this isn't a crit, but Blastoise... it's gonna be kind of okay. Grimmsnarl is gonna finally go down to the Iron Head here from the Gudra. And Houndstone, oh, it's faster than Blastoise. Okay, but we at least have the Reflect. How much does this do? Oh, it gets the crit. Okay, crit adds some problems there. I think we lose on the crit. We're definitely faster than the Houndstone, but I can't KO it in one hit is the problem. I just have to hope that it takes paraturns, I think. How come Body Slam? Please don't para me. Okay, we at least get a defense boost before Houndstone can hit us. It does get the last respects, but we're behind a screen and we have a defense boost now. So that does less. We just need it not to crit us on this next turn or to get a para on this next turn. And for also them to not paralyze us with Body Slam if they go for Body Slam again. Okay, they do paralyze us, so we're gonna have a little bit more variance now. Defense goes up again. Houndstone gets its last respects. Not a crit. So we just need to hit one Flash Cannon to Houndstone and then one Body Press into Goodra. But it'll matter on para turns now. Also, if we're slower than Goodra, they could start Iron Heading the Archaludon, depending on how fast Goodra is. Goodra's faster, and it can Muddy Water accuracy drop us. But please don't do that. Okay, it couldn't move because paralyzed. Also, last respects. Light screen wears off, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Iron Head comes out. We're now prone to the flinch. We do flinch. Our specs comes out. Another not crit. Iron Head comes out. Para. Our specs comes out. I'm chipping you. I'm noticing. You are definitely chipping me. Iron Head comes out. Flinch. Last respects comes out. Not a crit. Iron Head comes out. Pair. Oh my gosh. How many? I think I can take 2 more turns unless this is just the crit. Oh, my reflect wore off now. That's... Come on, just land the Flash Cannon. Iron Head comes out. Flinch. I don't think we live this last respects because no more reflect. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Well, now you just have to win one of the next 2. Which team should I pick? Let's go with this one. That was long. I mean, that's how it works whenever the opponent is chipping you for like 5% of your health at a time. Okay, same team as last time, seemingly. What do we want to do here? We could do... Can't really do Incineroar because that'll make, the Ogerpon's Defiant activate, and it doesn't really help us out with Urshifu, who knows water. So if we do Fluttermane and Didi, and then have Torkoal and Exeggutor in the back. I think that's our best option. Okay, we're seeing Urshifu and Hexorus on the field. I think this thing is Dazzling Gleam. So I could just rip the Terracilla right now and go for the Dazzling Gleam with pretty much no regrets, I feel like. Psychic Seed activates for Indeedee now that we're on its terrain. So I could do a lot of damage to the two that are weak to Dazzling Gleam here. And then I have the Shadow Ball for the Delphox or the Houndstone if that comes. So I think I am more than fine terrestrializing and going for the Dazzling Gleam here. And then let's follow me, increase the Urshifu Scarf. Not that I think it is, I just want to redirect an attack in case something lives. Which it probably will live since we didn't Helping Hands with the Dazzling Gleam, but... let's redirect damage. Fluttermane gets the Dazzling Gleam, moving first on the field. And immediately double KOs both. Okay, Goodra is in the back, and the follow-up is Houndstone. Okay. So I feel pretty fine going for Shadow Ball into Houndstone, and then follow me redirecting with Indeedee. You're gonna see the opponent Terra. They're going with Terra Ghost on Houndstone again. Indeedee is going to follow me, redirecting all the single target damage this turn. Fluttermane's going to get to Shadow Ball. Here's Stellar Boost. Houndstone is going to get taken out one hit by the Shadow Ball. And what does Goodra do? Goodra Iron Heads. Does some decent damage into Indeedee. And we have the Icy left. Might as well go for it. Just to get off like a max damage, but also to slow Goodra down. I'm Focus Band. Focus Band doesn't guaranteed save you. It's only Focus Sash that guarantees saves you. Focus Band has a 1 in 8 chance to activate. But Focus Band can activate multiple times, but it's not a very good item. Muddy Water comes out. Accuracy drops in DD, but that's fine. And his Suigui is leftovers. Get Dazzling Gleam, Helping Hand. Just getting good damage with Fluttermane, because we really don't need Fluttermane anymore. But Goodra's gonna protect. sense. You can't get a Spadef drop by going for Shadow Ball, so I guess I should be going for Shadow Ball. But I'm gonna follow me on this turn. Goodra gets the double protect. I'm dead. Well, I mean, even if Houndstone did live the Shadow Ball, the Last Respects would still be redirected into Indeedee, and Indeedee is a normal type, so it's not affected by the Last Respects. Weirdness has disappeared from the battlefield. Not that anything I think at this point was planning on using a priority move. Goodra tries to go for the triple protect, but unfortunately does not get it. Shadow Ball. Does some okay damage. Go for a Dazzling Gleam just in case Goodra doesn't protect here. Goodra getting its lefties. Alright, let's see if Goodra gets the protect on this turn or if it decides to go for an attack. Goodra does not try the protect, so we at least get the helping hand in a Torkoal. Oh, Goodra does go for the protect. Helping hand just goes before. Oh, the Earth Power does some damage. I'm going to make this a long battle. I mean, I would prefer if you didn't, because you don't have an out right now. And eventually you're just going to run out of protect. So not a great strategy. Goodra gets the double protect. Goodra goes for the Muddy Water instead of the protect this turn, and then DD dodges it. Gets the accuracy drop into Torkoal, but at least Torkoal lands this attack. Hi, Sua, how you doing? Our Sunlight now fades. Goodra fails to protect here. Means it's gonna get the next one guaranteed. I mean, I might as well use my Terra Stellar Protect. I'm curious to see if this Gudra's Sap Sipper is Shell Armor. Or Gudra can just dodge it. I mean, I don't think you can dodge it if you're... whatever it's called. If you're Sap Sipper. So it must be Shell Armor. Here's Shadow Ball. Okay, it is Shell Armor Gudra. Or, wait, doesn't Gudra have... it's Sap Sipper, Shell Armor, and something else, but the something else is kind of useless. But that's a guaranteed game end right there. Or Gudra can wake up first turn. Then go for Protect again. Gets the double Protect. Again. I don't think you've missed a double Protect yet. Because you've gotten, like, 4 of them so far. But there's no shot you PP max your Protect, so you have to be out of them after this turn. Shadow Ball. And that's gonna pick up KO to Gudra. Alright, so GG plays, you just gotta win this next battle to get a Pokemon. I ran out of Protects, yeah, I predicted as much. Figured you only had 10 of them. Let's do battle again with the same rules. The servers are undergoing maintenance apparently for Pokemon Showdown. I'm not connected on the internet for Pokemon Showdown. Fire, do you plat Pokey? What? I can't read through the typos there. I need you to say whatever you just said again. Okay, we got a different team here. This one consisting of Cinderace, Skeledirge, Raging Bolt, and Meowscarada. Let's do Indeedee Hat. And then have Primarina. And lastly, I think we do Tyranitar in the back. No Scarlet and Violet, I can't connect to the server? Oh, that's strange. I mean, it's working fine for me right now. Play Poké GN. What is Pokken GN? Is that like a Roblox thing? Because I don't do Roblox stuff. Okay, we see Meowscarada and Cinderace hit the field. Huh. So I don't know how much this knockoff is gonna do. I really don't like the knockoff though. So what if... I don't want to waste the Terra Fairy though. Let's follow me and then set up Trick Room. Poke and then the word engine. I don't know what Poke Engine is either. Okay, Knockoff comes out and doing DD, brings it down to about half. And Double Kick comes out from Cinderace, changing Cinderace to Fighting type. That makes our next turn kind of easy. Hatterene now gets up the Trick Room. But what is Poke Engine? Oh, I thought it was Dazzling Gleam. I guess we're just gonna hope that Meowscarada is not Sash here. We'll go for the Dazzling Gleam. Hatterene Dazzling Gleam comes out, and it claps both. Alright, now we're seeing Skeledirge in the field, and who's falling up? Raging Bolt's falling up. Okay. I do want a Helping Hand Hatterene, because I think it'll be the slowest in the field. I don't want to lose Hatterene, though. But then again, I think Tyranitar in the back can handle both of these, so I'm fine Helping Handing the Hatterene, and then clicking the Expanding Force. I see an opposing Terra. As their Raging Bolt goes Terra Electric. Get the Helping Hand into Hatterene. And Hatterene clicks Expanding Force. And that does enough to KO both. Probably because you're already in a battle, I would think. Not sure, but for me it says server maintenance till 12:30 p.m. my time. Huh. So close, GG plays. Just gotta work on your Trick Room plans a little bit more there. And also the anti-Flutter Mane plans. Let's see, does it get mad at me? It's not getting mad at me. I can't beat Trick Room? I mean, there are plenty of ways to beat Trick Room. You just search it online, like, how do I beat Hatterene and DD? Alright, we got an opponent, and... oh, we got Wyatt. I don't think we had this person before. Up to me to decide the rules here. Let me actually... I haven't pulled up my actual page for Beat Me in a Battle, You Get My Pokemon. Alright, I'm gonna hide the screen in just a sec, but let me Control F just to make sure we haven't had a Wyatt before. We have not. Okay. Let me hide screen just to pick a random team. So, you gotta win or beat all 3 teams, rather, on your first attempt. But after that, you only have to beat 2 teams. So, think of this as a warm-up game. On stop Trick Room or run Trick Room to reverse the effects. That's true. You can Trick Room the Trick Room, and then there's no Trick Room anymore. The taunt is a little bit harder to stop with Indeedee Hatterene, because the taunt will just get redirected into Indeedee, which is good for inside Trick Room, because Indeedee can't Helping Hand or redirect. But if you taunt Hatterene, then Hatterene's just going to magic bounce the taunt back. You could hurry up picking your team. It will kick us eventually, Wyatt, so maybe figure something out rather quick. Because eventually it's just going to drop the lobby if this takes too long. Try to pick something quick. Just grab anything, because the first attempt doesn't really matter. Okay. We've got quite an interesting spread here. We've got a Greninja and a Quaquaval. Also, Blood Moon and Mimikyu means, like, maybe Trick Room things? So, what would I do to keep Trick Room from going up? I think I would start Pelipper or Caledon. And then do who in the back? Raichu really should come here because they have 3 water types, but I don't think Raichu can come here. Then again, they don't have much priority negation, and the fake out under Trick Room might be kind of handy. Let's do Grimmsnarl and Scizor, actually. Because the Scizor can kind of take the Blood Moon. Okay, we see Greninja and Quaquaval hit the field here. And this is pretty apt for me to just click Electro Shot here. I think I'm going to Hurricane the Quaquaval, though, and then swap Scizor, because I need Arcalon for later. It's only Pokemon Home that has server maintenance in progress? Ah, that'll do it. Greninja goes for the Trailblaze, transforming into a Grass type, also raising its speed by 1 stage. Quaquaval goes for the Low Sweep into Scizor, which is going to lower Scizor's speed. Pelipper gets the Hurricane. And is gonna one-hit Quick Quavel with a crit, but I'm not sure if that crit mattered. I would be willing to bet that crit doesn't matter, just because Quick Quavel's pretty frail. But Greninja's now Grass type, so we can afford to Hurricane that slot next turn. Then run a Pokemon with Mold Breaker and Taunt. I mean, yeah, you could do that. Actually, I don't think you... I think Mold Breaker on... I'm not a Mold Breaker expert, but that might not work. Because it should only be things that relate to damage. But we now have Blood Moon Ursaluna on the field, so I'm going to Weather Ball that. And... let's double the Ursaluna, because I don't fear the Greninja right now. A Water Shuriken into Scizor. And even 5 hits won't take us out here. And they're currently not stabbed, so it's not doing too much. But they do get all 5 hits. We get good Bullet Punch damage into Ursaluna. We take some Life Orb damage, and Pelipper's faster than Ursaluna. So we get the Weather Ball, and that's going to KO Ursaluna. Now who comes in the back? Is this Mimikyu? Mimikyu. It's like French Mimikyu. Well, we might as well Hurricane the Greninja this turn. And if they're going to Water Shuriken the Scizor slot, then I'm just going to swap in our Caledon. And we shall see what happens. This could make a really long turn here. Okay, opponent decides to Terrestrialize, but what are they Terrestrializing? They're Terrestrializing Mimikyu to Terra Dragon. Mold Breaker does ignore Magic Bounce. Now that I thought about it, that does sound correct. Water Shuriken does come out into our Caledon. And, every hit the opponent lands here is a little bit worse game for them, especially now that they've Terrestrialized their only Ghost type into a Dragon type. Greninja hits 4 times. Mimikyu gets the Terra Blast here. It's Terra Blasting in Pelipper, brings Pelipper down to about half. Pelipper gets to Hurricane into Grass Greninja. That's going to KO Greninja in 1 hit. And I think we're fine just to Weather Ball and Body Press. Just because if this is like special Mimikyu, I will be flabbergasted. But that Terra Blast tells me that that is not special Mimikyu. Now gets the Body Press. That's going to break the Disguise. As Pelipper gets off the Hurricane. That's decent damage. Mimikyu tries to go for Wood Hammer into Pelipper, but Pelipper protects it. As our Caledon clicks the Body Press, and that's gonna finish off Mimikyu. GG's, wanted GG's. So unfortunately you can't get a Pokemon on this attempt, however you are more than welcome to play out the other 2 battles if you would like to. Also, Wyatt, if you have a name in chat that you would like me to link you to... Oh! I was like, Wyatt doesn't want to try again. Well, it's kind of short to call it a first attempt, but since Wyatt perhaps doesn't have trained Pokemon, we'll call it a first attempt. I'm going to put Wyatt, and then I'm going to write Ogerpon. Face. Profile pic. And in case you come back and want to try again, you will be on your second attempt, which means they only need to win 2 out of the 3 battles. My Switch died. Ah, that's unfortunate, Henry. I'll mark that as also being with Wyatt. Henry. Well, if your Switch comes back online, I'll be here for a good while, probably. But we're going to open the floor up again. Maybe their team isn't EV trained, do you think? I mean, that might be a safe bet. Alright, who do we have? We have GG Plays coming back again. Let's grab this team randomly. I'm back. I made one more change you have yet to see. Well, hopefully it helps. Okay, here we've got Raging Bolt, Cinderace, Blaziken, but also Annihilate. Annihilate is a bit of a curious one here. I'm not quite sure what to do about it. You do Fluttermane and Didi again, but the sun does help them a lot here. Should I do Kamo Torkoal in the back? Incineroar does... The thing about doing Incineroar in the back is I need Fluttermane to beat Annihilate. And there's so many Pokemon that make that kind of difficult. Because we can't trust on Torkoal to do that. This is a little tricky. You know what? I'm not gonna overthink it too much. Let's do this. And we'll see what happens. Alright, Gudra and Blaziken hit the field. Wish I had a boosting move here, because I can maybe go for the boosting move, because both Pokemon kind of benefit from the Protect here. I think I'm just going to regular Dazzling Gleam both, and then follow me with Indeedee. Alright, well, Gudra protects. Blaziken does not, though, which is the one I thought would protect for the speed boost. Dazzling Gleam is going to be neutral onto Blaziken. That's a little bit less than half. The Blaziken goes for the Earthquake. Okay. Doing over half to Fluttermane. Huh. I don't know whether or not this Blaziken's going to be faster than me now. But based on the damage that I just did, I'm not super willing to risk it, but I am... I can't do that. I'm gonna do this. Goodra gets the double protect here. Fluttermane is faster. We get to knock out Blaziken here. Okay, that was a good turn for us. No grass, fire, water core? I mean, sometimes you just have a Fluttermane. And Fluttermane's core is Fluttermane and thing that keeps things from attacking Fluttermane. Does any of... Oh, I guess the Sand Team has a fire... Yeah, the Sand Team has a fire, water, grass core. Okay, what do I want to do about the fact that Cinderace is here now? I kind of just want to double protect to see what happens. Oh, okay, Cinderace went for bounce and became a falling type. As Goodra went for the Iron Head this turn. Okay. I think I would be more than fine swapping Torkoal here and then just going for the neutral Dazzling Gleam. Torkoal's going to set up something which benefits Cinderace, but Cinderace isn't a fire type anymore. Bounce does come out to Torkoal, which paralyzes Torkoal, which is a little unfortunate. We saw how crucial that para was in the first game of the last set, but Cinderace takes some Rocky Helmet damage, and Goodra does go for the Muddy Water here. Which doesn't accuracy drop either. But I feel fine going for the Heat Wave and I guess the Helping Hand here. Opponent's gonna Terra. They decide to Terra Cinderace into Fire. Okay. So they're destroying their Fire type. They go for the Pyro Ball into Indeedee. That's going to KO Indeedee. Goodra goes for the Body Slam. Charge Goodra back. Torkoal does get off the Helping Hand Heat Wave, which does pretty decent damage in both, I would say. Weirdness disappears from the battlefield here, which is a little unfortunate for my Exeggutor. And we're going to Expanding Force Cinderace. That should take it out, even without terrain. I use Florges as my Flutter counter. I mean, it does have a lot of special bulk. Mighty Water comes out from Goodra again, and Exeggutor seemed to dodge it there. Heat Goodra, can we get a burn? No burn. And what is the opponent's last Pokemon going to be revealed to be? It's Duraludon? Oh. It's Angry Monkey. So how many turns of Sun do I have left? Well, Sun doesn't matter at this point. The Sun is just making Exeggutor faster than everything, but I'm okay Heat Waving and then Expanding Forcing the Monkey. Monkey goes for the Rage Fist. Wait, I might have messed up actually. Now that I think about it. Because the Gudra has Iron Head. Oh, shucks. Double KO. Yeah, you got the double KO. I mean, speed was heightened, but that just shouldn't matter. I don't know, it all depends what happens here. I think Gudra lives this. But if Gudra protects... No, it doesn't protect. Alright, Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam. Ooh, so close to KO and Gudra, but Gudra lives. And Gudra gonna Iron Head for KO here. Alright, GG. And you just gotta win one more. With how frail Flutter is on the physical side, I'm surprised it survived an earthquake. Yeah, well, the earthquake spread damage. I'm surprised it did more than half, though. Wait, I just got a Pokemon just then. No, your play was good, but I don't think it was enough to show, like, growth there. But you just gotta win one out of the next two. And you've already beaten this team. So, let me think. How do I start into this team? I think Pelipper lead is not bad. Scizor lead's not bad either. No, with winning, well, the rules are that you have to win 2. And just winning the 1 match is if you've shown enough VGC growth. And I don't think that battle had, like, enough technique to it to show growth. I think like, there was some good parts there. Don't get me wrong, like the Speed Boost Blaziken. But we're on a new attempt, so you're currently on the first. Oh, I haven't picked any Pokemon yet. I gotta pick Pokemon. Let's do Pelipper. This is probably a mistake, but we're gonna do this because I'm out of time. Raichu might have been useful here, but I don't know. Okay. We have Masquerada and Raging Bull. Let's do this. Flower Trick comes down to Pelipper. And we see Rising Voltage come out into Pelipper. Pelipper protects. Bug Bite damage and Masquerada. Why do you predict? I mean, I just make the play that I think is the best play. And the best play there was saving Pelipper. But now we have Skeledirge on the field. So I'm going to swap our Caledon and... I think Protect Scizor this turn makes a lot of sense. That's what Pokemon Play is about. You gotta make good predictions. Oh, I hope computer isn't lagging right now. Maybe a little warm. Oh, definitely a little warm. Rising Voltage comes down to our Caledon. Torch Song comes down to Scizor, who protects. Well, both of these Pokemon are snarlable, so I'm going to do that and then swap Grimmsnarl, I think. What do I really need Scizor to beat, though, is the thing. Nothing that's left. So I think the most logical play for Scizor to make is to knock off the Skeledirge. Okay, Skeledirge protects this turn. And Raging Bolt goes for the Rising Bolt, which does pretty good damage into Scizor. Our Caledon snarls, Skeledirge protects. So we learned that Raging Bolt is actually faster than our Caledon. Which is good to know. Scizor tries to get the knockoff, but doesn't get it into Skeledirge. Okay, I'm glad I didn't swap in Pelipper that turn. And now let's go for the Snarl again, and Scizor's probably gonna die, but we can't just protect. We are +1 body press right now, though. Let's Electro Shot the Skeledirge and then protect the Scizor, because I want to get some damage amp with our Caledon while the rain is still up. Dragon Pulse comes out from Raging Bolt and does that much damage to our Caledon. Skeledirge, that's probably unaware. Skeledirge tries to go for the Torch Song. So they can either choose to attack our Caledon and try and chip it, or they can choose to attack Scizor this turn. I think I am more than fine with them attacking Scizor. Let's knock off the Raging Bolt. Okay, they Thunderclap Scizor. That makes perfect sense. Snarl hits both. The Skeledirge goes for the Will-O-Wisp, saving our body press perhaps there a little bit. And rain is no stopped. We can bring Pelipper back in order to bring back the rain. I can protect with Pelipper on the first turn in order to save Pelipper, and then we can attack with our Caledon again. Trying to think what the odds are that they protect with Skeledirge again, and I feel like it's pretty high. So getting the Hurricane damage might be pretty crucial here. Character comment model. Mid animation. Alright, we're gonna Terra Ground Pelipper. Raging Bolt's gonna Thunderclap, but Pelipper is immune to it. Galadon gets the Snarl, which does good damage in both. Skeleton actually doesn't protect here. They Shadow Ball into Pelipper, perhaps to pick off the Sash. But Pelipper does get his Bid F drop. Other Hurricanes here, that does pretty good damage. No Confuse though. Bid F drop makes me want to swap out to Grimmsnarl, just because it's probably going to Dragon Pulse from... If they Dragon Pulse Raging Bolt into Pelipper, it might KO Pelipper right now, but we can be completely immune to that with Grimmsnarl. I get Grimmsnarl on the field, and Raging Bolt goes for Dragon Hammer, not Dragon Pulse, but it doesn't affect Grimmsnarl either way. Snarl is going to finish off Skeledirge and bring Raging Bolt pretty low. Now they bring in Cinderace. I don't know how I feel about this thing. I kind of want to reflect. I also just want to take out Raging Bolt. Because that means Pelipper will have a super easy way to deal with this thing in the back. So let's just Electro Shot the Cinderace and Spirit Break Raging Bolt, because we have the rain up right now, which means that Grimmsnarl probably shouldn't get taken out by a double hit from the Cinderace. The opponent's gonna Terra. I'm gonna Terra Cinderace into Terra Fire. Thunderclap comes out into Grimmsnarl, but the special attack is pretty low, and Double Kick comes out into Arcaladon. Doesn't get a crit though, it just increases our defense. Caladon's gonna get the Electro Shot. Caladon's shipping now +2 special attack. That's gonna nab Cinderace. Grimmsnarl is going to Spirit Break into Raging Bolt, and that's going to catch Raging Bolt. GG's, GG's. Alright, this is where all the I was gonna say all the money? There's no money. All the eggs are in one basket on this next battle. Okay, we've got Zoroark, Suicune, a Fluttermane. Alright. Doing DD Hatterene, and then... Ooh, the Heatrain's gonna be very hard to break here, is the thing. So I might actually do Indeedee Primarina. And then, who in the back? I guess... Tyranitar Arcanine? Tyranitar Arcanine kind of struggles to break the steel types, though. Except for Arcanine. Arcanine can break the steel types, but then we lock in a fire type move and they have a fire immunity. Especially the Kamo, though. Let's do Hatterene and I think Rillaboom in the back. Or maybe Tyranitar in the back. Tyranitar does have Stomping Tantrum. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try that. And let's see what happens here. All the marbles, that's a saying. That's a good one, too. This one's for all the marbles. I took your advice on a female Meowstic set, and I started running a bulky Calm Mind set with competitive. That sounds pretty fun. Okay, so point leads Metagross and Fluttermane. So I don't super fear the Fluttermane right now, because both my Pokemon are pretty special bulky. But getting rid of the Metagross would be nice. Let's just do the... I clicked Follow Me, right? I'm pretty sure I did. Let's click the Follow Me and the Hyper Voice, and we'll see what happens. Fluttermane's first to move, and it goes for the Confuse Ray into Indeedee, adding a little bit of variability into the game. And Metagross goes for the Flash Cannon, revealing that it is perhaps special Metagross. Primarina gets the Hyper Voice. That does pretty good chip into both. But if Metagross is special, I don't super fear the Metagross. So I'm going to Helping Hand and Hyper Voice both. Indeedee's gonna be confused. Indeedee does not hit through the confusion. Fluttermane goes for the Power Gem into Indeedee. Metagross reveals that it has Hammer Arm. And chips Indeedee for a little bit more, lowering Metagross's speed. Hyper Voice comes out, not enough to KO either. Helping Hand and Hyper Voice again. It's max speed and max defense, and it's Terra Fairy, and it's decent overall. I believe that. Fluttermane gets the Confuse Ray into Primarina. Now Primarina has to hit through the Confusion turn. Primarina unfortunately hits itself in Confusion. There goes Flash Cannons into Indeedee. This is a Psyshock one. I'm gonna Psyshock and then... Is it by Psyshock? That'll at least KO Fluttermane? Fluttermane might. What are the odds? 30%? 30% chances aren't even real. Oh, also Indeedee snapped out, so we only have to count on one 30% chance. Indeedee brought down to 9. Primarina does not hit itself in Confusion. We get the double. But Indeedee's been chipped pretty low at this point. But who is going to be in the back? It is Kamo and... whatever this thing is. Zoroark, okay. So, how much damage do I realistically think that Zoroark can deal into Primarina? The answer is not a lot. But I'm going to read Zoroark as the threat here. No Terras from the opponent here. As Zoroark does get the knockoff into Indeedee, and that's going to KO Indeedee. And Kamon goes for the playing scales, but Primarina is a fairy type. Primarina has to hit through, well, it doesn't have to hit through Confusion here, but it would be kind of inconvenient if it hit itself in Confusion here. But now Weirdness disappears from the battlefield, so priority moves are back in play. Well, I really don't want Hatterene to just get clapped in one hit, so we're gonna bring in Tyranitar here. I guess Tyranitar can also have a Focus Sash. Tyranitar's gonna protect this turn. Well, that camera was weird there for a sec. Knockoff comes down to Primarina, doing some not very effective damage. If I knocks off our Mystic Water. Kamo tries to go for the Dragon Claw into Tyranitar, perhaps not having a fighting type move. Primarina snaps out of Confusion. Primarina gets the Moonblast into Zoroark, and Zoroark is not Sash. Now that wouldn't have changed anything, because the Sandstorm would have chipped it down. So, do we get to see Kamo's ability here? It is. Kamo is Overcoat. Or Goggles, but it's more than likely Overcoat. So I feel fine just knocking off Kamo and then clicking Moonblast into it. Kamo reveals Boom Burst. Does some chip into both. Moonblast is going to catch Kamo. But GG plays. I think you need just a little bit more. Because I like some of the changes, like Blaziken, I think was good. Because it allowed you to ignore the follow me. But I still think you have room for improvement in a couple areas. Because the Zoroark was a good idea, but it didn't really help you out in the back very much. Another strategy for competitive is using Sticky Web and Court Change under Trick Room, and it's a very gimmicky strategy that doesn't work as well as it sounds. We actually do have a plan to use one of those teams for the 128 teams challenge. Because it's going to be Court Change, Sticky Web, and then Defying King Gambit is the starting point, but I don't know how the rest of that team is going to get filled out. Blaziken was not changed. Well, there you go. It's good to start with, but I think there's some move choices that you'll find your Pokemon could have better moves in certain spots. But let's open the field for anybody who wants to fight. Alright, who we got? We got RP, who is hopefully choosing official format 1 because that's the format that we're playing in. Really don't want to see a Calyrex here. Let me go to my list and see if we've had an RP before, which I don't believe we have. Nope. Wait. Nope. Alright, RP, so you just gotta win all 3 of the battles in order to get a Pokemon on your first attempt, but after your first attempt, you only have to win 2. I mean, as long as you're not bringing, like, a Calyrex or a Miraidon, I guess those rules will be fine. I mean, there are other regional, or legendary Pokemon that aren't allowed here. No, you're good. Alright. It's a different team. I'll grab your name whenever we're done with the battles. If you are RP, your name is very long and kind of hard to pronounce, and I need to focus here to figure out what Pokemon I need to pick. There's something Lilligant but no Sun is interesting. Also, there's Vikavolt. Let's do Pelipper and I think Blastoise to lead. And then we'll have Archaludon and Grimmsnarl in back. I feel like that doesn't miss anything crazy. Now I'm looking at it, Raichu might have been kind of good here. Let's see how it goes, though. Alright, Urshifu and Lycanroc hit the field, and it is Urshifu Dark. Which is not specifically great for me. Okay, this could be a double up into Pelipper. I'm not sure how fast Lycanroc Midnight Form is, though. I do want to slip into Archaludon, because I think a Rock-type move is going to be coming out. Let's say they don't double here. I'm fine doing this, I think. Lycanroc goes for the Stone Edge moving first. So I think it's Choice Scarf, because it moved before Urshifu. Vigavolt comes out and does critical damage to Blastoise. Blastoise Muddy Waters, but it misses Urshifu, but as long as Urshifu isn't Sash, it doesn't matter. Lycanroc also has accuracy lowered, but probably doesn't matter because it's no guard. And, okay, Urshifu is down on the Hurricane. Blastoise gets some healing back with its Rain Dish. And lefties. I want a Halloween event for Scarlet and Violet. Maybe they'll do another. The last one was pretty okay last year, at least in my opinion. But we didn't have a DLC 2 at that time, now did we? Vigavolt's kind of imposing here. I think I'm gonna save Pelipper and bring in Archaludon. And I think I'm fine with Blastoise going down, but let's protect Blastoise just to get a little bit more health on it. Lycanroc Midnight is 82 base speed. Yeah, that's gotta be Scarf. Unless they're like a really weird Urshifu set. Try Stone Edging into Blastoise here, but don't get it. And Vigavolt goes for Agility. Okay, interesting. Blastoise gonna get some more Rain Dish health back. Let's just Electroshot the Lycanroc, and then... Okay with Blastoise taking a hit. Even if Vikavolt goes for, like, Thunderbolt or something, that means I get to bring in Grimmsnarl for free. Blastoise might be... What did they have again? Blastoise is useful for... kind of nothing. Yeah, I think I'm okay with just losing Blastoise. Lycanroc goes for the Stone Edge. Nearly gets Blastoise, but the Energy Ball seems to get Blastoise here. So they would have given me a stamina boost there for free if the Stone Edge killed Blastoise, but reasonable to double that slot by all means. Who is their Pokemon in the back? Because I think Hisui and Lilligant is the only thing that gives us problems, especially if it's Sash. Okay, it's Toxapex in the back. That is great for us. Because we can Electroshot the Toxapex and then set up our light screen here. Vikavolt goes for the Bug Buzz, but Grimmsnarl is neutral to it, and we have the screen up. It's going to lower our special defense, which is kind of annoying, but not too big of a deal. Is that Throat Spray? It is Throat Spray. Okay. Archaludon, gonna go for the Electroshot here. We're now at +2. That's gonna KO Toxapex clean there. So, Grimmsnarl doesn't have much that can do into the Vikavolt right now. But our best thing that we can do is Snarl and Spirit Break the Vikavolt. Okay, we're gonna see the opponent tear their Vikavolt. And they are rocking Tear Ground. No, just flat out Tear Bug. Okay. Bug Buzz comes out. And, well, it crits Grimmsnarl, so that's going to KO Grimmsnarl. Snarl's going to do a lot of damage to Vikavolt, though. Now it is no longer an electric type, so we can bring Pelipper in on the last turn of Rain. And unless this is like a super ultra mega crit. And it's actually good for me to Hurricane here. Vikavolt going for the Bug Buzz. Gets into Pelipper. Just gonna pick up Pelipper there. It's similar for Midnight Lycanroc to run at max speed and Jolly Nature in either max at 120 HP and 30 in attack for bulky attacking sets. I mean, sure. That makes sense. I just don't think that it would be reasonably faster than Urshifu unless it was a Choice Scarf. But GG's RP. Let me grab your chat name, which I believe is Futa Mote Masashigi. But you are more than... Oh, they already disconnected. You're more than welcome to do the other two battles if you wanted to. But we'll call that a first attempt. And I actually need to organize it because I put the names in the wrong order for the last two. Because I've been putting the in-game names second. I mixed my Urshifus up. Okay. It's not faster and less choice, I was just saying. Yep. Alright, GG Plays. Back at it again. Well, let's see. What team do I want to bring here? I think we do this team. Okay. Got Scizor. Got Goodra. Not quite sure how to lead into this, but let's do Indeedee Hat. And then I think Primarina and Tyranitar in the back. I have some more fixes to do. Gotcha. Well, it's always worth giving a test. Okay, opponent leads Scizor and Haxorus, and Haxorus is Mold Breaker. Okay. Trying to think about what my turn 2 would look like here. So if I do Follow Me Trick Room, I bring in Primarina, and then I Moonblast the Haxorus, and I Mystical Fire the Heat. Yeah, I think I go for Follow Me and Trick Room here. Haxorus goes for Crunch into Indeedee, does over half. Also lowers Indeedee's defense. And Scizor goes for the Iron Head into Indeedee in order to get the KO. This allows Hatterene to set up the Trick Room. And now I'm going to bring in Primarina. And I think we Moonblast Haxorus, and we Mystical Fire Scizor. Now, this can only horribly backfire if Scizor is Focus Sash. In which case, I probably should have Hyper Voiced. Because I don't think Haxorus can do enough damage to Hatterene to take it out, but Scizor can. Scizor's not Sash. Okay. One thing that may surprise you is that Dedenne is faster than Urshifu and can one-shot both. I mean, it's a fairy type and an electric type. Makes perfect sense to me. Did I like a weird... Is it like maxing out 171 speed? Because I did have to look that up for the last team that we're using. It does have a Dedenne on it. We built that team. Ah, it's 168. Okay, opponent running Goodra and Houndstone here. What do I think I do? I think I click Moonblast and I Terrafire Hatterene? Or I could just expand it. I think I just... a Tyranitar in the back. I think I Moonblast Goodra and then... click the Terrafire Dazzling... Oh, I didn't click it fast enough. Okay, I clicked Dazzling Gleam anyways. I didn't Terrafire though. Natural Specs is gonna KO Hatterene, no shot. What does Primarina do though? Okay, it does Moonblast Goodra. We just didn't get the Terrafire, which might have made us live, but I guess it wouldn't have made us live because of the Muddy Water. Now we bring in Tyranitar. And Moonblast and knock off. Owen's gonna Terra Ghost their Houndstone. I just realized I haven't been looking at chat. Well, today is a much faster 101 speed where Urshifu is 97. Yeah. So we get the knockoff into Houndstone with Tyranitar. Which knocks off the Focus Band. Future Iron heads Tyranitar for about half. A little less than. Primarina gets the Moonblast, and then nearly KOs Goodra. And if Goodra wasn't the Steel type, it would be down, but it also lowers Goodra's special attack. I was gonna see if I could proc Stomping Tantrum to doing anything, but there's nothing that I can do to proc Stomping Tantrum here. The dimensions return to normal, and weirdness disappears from the battlefield. Now it comes down to Muddy Water accuracy drops, which would prompt Stomping Tantrum, but actually the opponent just decides to go for Protect. Wait, T-Target one-shot a Fluffy Houndstone? That's crazy if that's the case. I don't think that was the one-shot. I think I already chipped it with the Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, I already chipped the Houndstone. But GG's, GG's. So what team do I want to pick next? Let's do this team. Okay. How do I want to address this? Metagross is kind of a problem again, but this time we have our own Combo-O. But our Combo probably loses to their Combo-O. Even though their Combo was Overcoat last time. So it's kind of a 50-50 there, actually. But what if we did... I don't think I can do Incineroar Combo-O, because Fluttermane is kind of a problem in that scenario. What if we did Fluttermane Hmm. This is tricky because 3 steel types. If I did Fluttermane, Indeedee, and then Torkoal, Incineroar. I think that has a lot of promise. Does your Houndstone have Fluffy? And they say, I don't know. I mean, Fluffy would be the ideal ability, but I don't... I think that's the hidden ability? There's Sandrusher, Fluffy. But, I mean, I would still... Even with the Fluffy, I would still expect the knockoff to KO there. What was that, half? Fluttermane v Fluttermane with Heatran. Okay. I kind of just want to see what's going to happen. But this... Heatran could also just substitute here. That would be kind of annoying. Let's Icy Wind them, and then... Follow me with Indeedee, and we'll see what happens. So our Fluttermane is either faster or we're winning the speed tie, but we get the Icy Wind into both. And, oh, okay, they're actually revealed to be Zoroark. Fluttermane goes for the Confuse Ray. As Zoroark gets the knockoff into Indeedee, not quite KOing it. Okay. Then we can get good Dazzling Gleam damage into both. But based on what I have in the back, I don't really fear Zoroark, because Incineroar can deal with Zoroark. I feel like Fluttermane might be outside of the range of a Shadow Ball, though. Indeedee gets to protect this turn. Get Dazzling Gleam into both, and it KOs Zoroark. And Fluttermane clicks Confuse right into my own Fluttermane. Okay. I'm fine with that for now. Okay, they reveal Metagross in the back. Heatran in the back would really stink for Torkoal. But I also think Torkoal and Incineroar swap here makes the most sense. Because I really can't afford to hit myself in confusion and then break the sash with Fluttermane. So let's swap in Torkoal here. We're going to set the draw. We are going to activate the Fluttermane's Photosynthesis. And it's probably a special attack now because we lowered its speed. The worst thing that can happen is like Fluttermane clicks Power Gem into Incineroar. That would kind of suck. Oh, Metagross is not Clear Body. So I get the attack drop on it. Okay, that's not great. Not a great switch there. Let's Heat Wave both. And I guess I'm just okay with losing Incineroar at this point. Okay, we see Fluttermane go for the Perish here. Metagross goes for the Hammer Arm. It doesn't quite get to KO Incineroar. Or is its own speed, though. Incineroar gets to Nom 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 on its berry. Incineroar clicks Knockoff into Metagross, dealing a bunch of damage. We get Metagross as Assault Vest. As we Heat Wave. That's going to pick up KO into Metagross and burn Fluttermane, so that makes Fluttermane more manageable over time. Everything on the field's perish, falls to 3. Okay, there will be a Heatran in the back. So we kind of need Torkoal to win this game. Because of Earth Power. So I'm going to swap Indeedee here, and we're going to knock off the Heatran. And we'll see what happens. For a second Indeedee, hopefully. Opponent is going to Terrestrialize. And I decided to Terrestrialize Fluttermane here. Going for the Terra Fairy. I decided to click Confused Ray into Incineroar. Heatran goes for the Earth Power, and that would have probably done a lot of damage into what was previously Torkoal. But we get to knock off into Heatran, which is pretty nice here. This gets rid of protective pads. Huh. Either way, Flutter's Perish falls to 2, Incineroar's Perish falls to 2, but we're not super counting on the Perishes right now. I can bring in Flutter. And my Fluttermane's speed was increased. And we get Shadow Ball into Fluttermane, and then we can Snarl the Heatran. Snarl comes out from Heatran, and brings Incineroar so close, but Incineroar has to hit through the confusion. Incineroar hits through the confusion, gets off the Snarl into Heatran. Incineroar's Perish now falls to 1, but I am perfectly okay with Incineroar going down if it means that we get a free swap into Torkoal in the back. But this combination of Shadow Ball... Go for the Magnastorm, but unfortunately they miss Fluttermane. Incineroar is confused, and it gets to end the game with the Snarl. GG's. I think going for the Perish there was a little cumbersome. Because you might as well have just Power Gemmed into Incineroar to try and KO it, because you saw how much the first Power Gem did. But you still got one more game if you want to try whatever team against the last team. The miss was bad. The Magmastorm... Well, the Magmastorm miss doesn't really matter there, because even if you landed it, it wouldn't have... It would not have KO'd Fluttermane, because Fluttermane's special bulky, and Incineroar would have landed the Snarl anyways, ending the game. Okay, we got Garchomp, we got Rotom. The interesting pieces here. I'm not quite sure what to start here. I think we start Grimmsnarl and Archaludon, perhaps? And then we have Pelipper and Blastoise in the back. Nah, I can't do Blastoise in the back. I think Scizor in the back is much safer. You know what? This game doesn't matter. Let's get Raichu some screen time with our Caledon, and then Pelipper, and then Grimmsnarl. Okay, start with Latios and the Garchomp, and we start with Raichu and our Caledon. I'm fine taking out the Garchomp and then looking Body Press into Garchomp. Let's see how that goes. So fake out in the Garchomp. Garchomp gets flinched. Latios goes for the Simple Beam into our Caledon, making our ability from Stamina to Simple. Get some decent body press damage into Garchomp there. Okay. Huh. Well, I can't. Okay, I can touch Garchomp right now. You do Pelipper, and then I had to Terra our Caledon. This is why I don't bring Raichu. Let's Electro Shot the Latios. Oliver's gonna come in and set up the rain. Get the Terraflying with our Caledon. I have to go. Well, we'll see how much of this battle goes on for, I guess. We're gonna Terraflying as the Helping Hand Garchomp. But what is a Garchomp going to do? It is going to Earthquake. And Latios is Levitate, which makes perfect sense, but we have two flying types on the field now. Caledon gets the Electro Shot. Which is going to double our special attack because we're currently simple. It does some decent damage in the Latios. Now let's click Hurricane and Flash Cannon into Garchomp. Oh, and they just decided forfeit. Fair enough. Well, at least we got to see a little bit of Simple Beam. I wish more special attacking fire types got Earth Power. Kanto Ninetales can only use Scorching Sands. Yeah, they don't hand out Earth Power a lot. You think about Earthquake users, and it's like Garchomp and Great Tusk, even like Crocodile. So many like notable Earthquake users, but I feel like the only notable like Earth Power user is like Landorus Eye. It's because school? I mean, fair enough, fair enough. Gotta keep up with school. We're probably gonna end in like the next 20 minutes or so, unless we have another person who wants to challenge. Oh, we got RP coming back. Who hopefully will choose official rules 1. Excuse my mispronunciation of the word choose there. Okay, let's... I should hide the screen this time, since it might matter a little bit more. Let's pick this team. I mean, don't get me wrong, Scorching Sands is a great ground type move for utility for the burn, but it just lacks the raw damage output. Yeah. Well, I guess there's another Pokemon that I would tag on to being an Earth Power user is Blood Moon Ursaluna. Landolai and Blood Moon Ursaluna are kind of it. Okay, similar team to last time. This time they have Indeedee for Farigiraf, where I believe previously they had Urshifu and... who else? I can't remember because I don't think they came to the battle. Oh no, Toxapex. So what do we do here? Of course, I like seeing their Indeedee. Let's do Exeggutor Indeedee? No, let's do Exeggutor Torkoal, and then Indeedee, and then Fluttermane in the back. I think makes a lot of sense. Okay, we see Indeedee and Lilligant hit the field. So, is there Indeedee... Oh, it's not giving me my terrain. Okay. Then I have an actual trade-off here. Where they can Sleep Powder into my Torkoal slot pretty safely. What is Indeedee's other ability? It's like, I think it's like Inner Focus? We could just go for the single target Expanding Force. They could redirect it. Yeah, we're gonna make it spread. It said the Psychic Surge, which I thought they might set up, but their Indeedee is not Psychic Terrain. It's gonna give us our Psychic Seed. And what do they throw out? They throw out a Terra. They're terrestrializing to... Terra Fire. Is this Terra Fire, Terra Blast? This is Terra Fire, Terra Blast. We are up a creek without a paddle very quickly. No, the Helping Hand Victory Dance. I mean, that's perfectly fine, but the Helping Hand doesn't boost the Victory Dance in any way. They just increase their own speed. But they were already faster than us. We just get to click Expanding Force, and we critical hit Indeedee, but the Pokemon that we were trying to hit there was the Lilligant. I want to see Kanto Ninetales get a minor buff to 90 special attack. It would be much better. What's his attack at now? Ninetales is currently at 81. I'll have to think on that. What are they bringing? Vicavol? I mean... Let's Expanding Force and follow me with Indeedee, I think. a Helping Hand there. Vikavolt. We Follow Me with Indeedee. And the Helping Hand Bug Boost probably does KO, even with our Psychic Seed. Expanding Force does enough damage to KO Vikavolt. Wow, I was not expecting that. Crit the Indeedee again. Unfortunate day for Indeedee, but I mean, Indeedee's not exerting a lot of pressure. It's just helping handing the side Pokemon. And they reveal Lycanroc as their last Pokemon. I mean, it seems like there's no downsides to us clicking this Expanding Force. Follow Me. And like we're trying to go for the Sucker Punch, but we're currently on Terrain and we Follow Me, so it doesn't work. But Expanding Force is going to get to clap both. And that's going to be a GG's. Oh, seems like RP decided to disconnect. Well, no, they definitely have their first attempt done, because they did 2 battles at least. But that's not such a bad place to stop for today. Oh, I guess I could put Bellybolt back in the box since we're not doing Infernape raids for a very, very long time. Maybe forever, but definitely a very, very long time. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, maybe consider leaving a like on the video. And even consider subscribing, because both of those things would help me out an absolute ton. I will see ya in the next one, probably tomorrow or the day after that, for the next Beat Me in a Battle. You get my Pokemon stream. Because today was just like a little warm-up day, but not so bad. We at least had a few people try to challenge. That's why I love regular Lilligant over his Hisuian counterpart. It's squishier than normal Lilligant. That's true. The trade-off is that you get 2 stabs. But base Lilligant can hold its own in a few more scenarios. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.